Okay, so where's my stem?
Your stem is Lu, and it's the, yep.
Right?
The first augment is epsilon with
Okay.
a little thingy on it. What's that called again?
This
Smooth
it's
sailing.
rough breathing, or it's a smooth breathing mark.
Smooth, okay. So it's just breathing.
It's just
It's not interpretation.
It's just
It's not.
okay.
And it tells me how to say it, but
If I do it this way, like that, it's he.
that's right. That's
So it have
the
the H sound.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank me.
And
Okay. So what's my sign?
that's right.
Okay, cowboy, what's my sign?
Oh, sorry. Your sign is sigma.
Okay, sigma. What's my thematic vowel?
Alpha.
Okay, alpha. Okay. And
Alpha.
what about my
Men.
Men. Okay. All right. So what does the sigma tell me?
The sigma tells you that it is. Oh wait, I gotta look back at my chart again because I have too much writing on this page. I think it tells you that it's possibly present, aorist, future, perfect. I think, but hold on. Give me a
No.
second.
No. Go to your sign chart on page 19.
I have all those. Oh, because I looked at. Never mind. Yeah, it's first
Appendix
aorist.
10.
No, actually, I checked in Appendix 10, but I didn't start there.
Okay, so it can either be a first aorist or a future, right? And then it also. So what else does it tell me about voice? What does it tell me about voice?
It's active or middle.
Active or middle. Okay. Okay, so that's all I can get out of my sign, right? So I go to my thematic vowel. So go to your thematic vowel chart, okay, and tell me,
Thematic
do I
vowel
get
is
anything else
alpha.
from the alpha?
So alpha tells me that it's first aorist or perfect. First aorist.
What's the primary function? What's the primary function?
Oh, indicative. Sorry,
Indicative,
sorry.
right.
It's indicative.
Okay,
And then we know it's a first aorist now,
so we know that it's a first aorist or what?
or perfect.
Or a perfect,
Perfect
okay?
wasn't in the list for the other thing, so doesn't that mean it's first aorist?
Right, so I eliminate future, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the two things that
Something
that these
perfect.
two charts have in common is first aorist, okay? So therefore I eliminate my future, okay? Doesn't tell me anything about
Yeah, my future got a limit.
it doesn't tell me anything
It
more
tells you the
about
same
voice.
thing for voice. It
right?
says active or middle, so it could be either.
Okay, so my next thing is my ending.
Your ending is going to be a prime.
No.
It has to be a secondary ending. Which is
Right.
why I struggled with this
Why?
one because I didn't realize that
Why?
existed. Because you have the epsilon at the very beginning.
It's an augmented
Yeah.
augmented tense,
Mhm.
okay? Right?
So secondary endings. So now I need to find mev here. So it's, and we know it's indicative, which means it's now active. So we know it's active. And then
Okay.
and we know it's first aorist. So it's first person plural active.
First person plural, right?
Yes. And
Okay, so we got active and first person plural.
yes.
Okay, of what?
Luo.
Luo. Great, great. Okay, now give me a good translation.
Hold on. Okay, so first person, that means it's gonna be I, but it's two people at least, so it's we. So it's we, it's active, we're currently doing it. I'm trying to figure out whether it's we are loosing or whether it's we loosed.
Okay,
We
And
lose.
I went with we loosed when I wrote this, but then I go, wait a minute, because it's two
Aorist.
people and, okay, so I don't understand the difference between aorist and the other one, I guess.
okay. The aorist is it
Simple
happened.
fuzzy dot.
It happened, right?
That's
Yeah,
right, it's a
fuzzy
little
top.
circle blotch.
Right, it
Okay.
happened.
So
Okay.
what I wrote is fine then. We loosed.
So, and it does have a past element, so it's we loosed, right?
Okay, I should have just stuck with what I wrote then.
Great. Okay, you parsed another verb. Okay, let's go to the next one. Who would like to take a stab at the next one?
I have a question. So do you have to do the sign before, like, I mean, because the sign gave you a lot more of choices versus the first augment. Like, you could just start at the first augment because that would narrow you down.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. You
You don't
can.
have to do it in any particular order, right?
Well,
You have to put them in their slots.
it's helpful to do it that way, but you know, you could. I mean, when you saw that sigma alpha and then you saw this, boom, aorist, you're done. You don't really have to go any further if you don't want to. I'm just making us go through the whole thing so that
Yeah.
we can see how the whole thing works. You know,
Yeah.
how each chart works together.
But so you don't have to do a certain order of stem slot. or-
Well, no, you don't,
Very
but
flat.
it works better if you do it in that order, you know? Because you do a good process of elimination. I mean, you can start back here if you want, but I've just always done it this way. It works best this way, and I think there's a good reason why he did it that way.
You don't miss anything.
Okay, so what's the next one? The next one is, okay, so it's lumen.
Let me answer the question.
I had trouble with this.
Okay.
I ended up with 4 trans,
Okay, so who's gonna do you want to take a shot at it, Mayhem?
sure.
Okay. So where's my stem?
Oh, your stem is Lou.
Okay, Lou. Okay.
So your
right here.
ending is main.
Okay, main.
So you've got a first augment and second augment of epsilon and a redo of lambda.
Okay, we'll go and put those in there. And now, obviously we're looking at this thing and we're already knowing it's pluperfect, right? We already kind of know that. We know that it's an indicative. Okay, so now we're
Okay,
already
now,
kind of
other than the fancy pants thing that you did for us to label that, how, not knowing that, would I have narrowed down to pluperfect based on the charts?
You might not have.
I didn't.
Remember, I told you that last week. Just give me the possibilities. Give me as much as you can give me, up to what you know.
That's what he kept telling me.
Yeah, yeah. And I know it's irritating when you're like, but I can't just leave it at 4 possibilities,
Yeah.
But, there's no other way to do it. And that's why I told you, if you want to be adventurous, you can go ahead and see if you can kind of figure it out yourself if you want to do that, but you didn't have to do that.
So if you went to next week's lesson.
Yeah, I was trying not to do that.
Okay. All right, so what do we have here? So what do we have for our sign?
Not
Okay, and nothing means what?
something.
It means something, right? Nothing means something. Okay, so tell me, what do I have? What can it be?
Well, since you know that it's pluperfect,
Okay,
And
well, I want you to give me just work through all of them. Okay, what are they?
where?
The tenses.
page
All the possible
Oh,
tenses.
from the sign?
Yeah.
Present
Sorry.
perfect.
Can be second
aorist,
aorist.
Perfect or pluperfect.
Okay, so we got present, we've got imperfect, we've got second aorist, right? And then we've got perfect
It can be second aorist.
and pluperfect. Okay, all right. So now we got that. What do we have for voice?
All.
Okay, it can be all. Okay. All right. So we've exhausted this. Now we go to thematic vowel.
Nothing at all.
Okay, and that's a nothing. And what does that tell us?
Indicative.
Okay, it tells us that it's indicative. Okay, and what else does it tell us?
First aorist, perfect and pluperfect.
First aorist, perfect, or pluperfect. So we don't have a first
So
aorist
we
here.
eliminated everything, but this is where I ended up, but perfect and pluperfect.
Right. So we got everything X'd except for
those
these two.
Yes, and we're middle or passive.
Okay, and then middle or passive. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so now we got that. Now we go to the next one, right? The ending.
Yep. And I didn't know then, about the augmented and unaugmented, so knowing now, we go to secondary endings, which I think I landed there anyhow,
Okay. Go to secondary endings.
which told me I've got first person singular.
Okay, so you got a first person singular, right?
And I'm still middle or passive, so that's where I got stuck.
Okay, so we got a first person singular.
So I had loosed myself, I had loosed myself. I
Okay,
had
what
been,
about, whoa, hang on. What do we have here though? Let's do some elimination here. I mean, we know what it is, right? We know it's a pluperfect.
It can't be perfect with this ending. It has to be pluperfect, right? The
Why?
little parenthetical right here.
So it's excluded.
That tells us it can't be perfect.
Right.
well, that's the note I didn't quite understand.
You see that? Okay, again, same moods, right? Same moods and tense as active, excluding the perfect.
So there's
Okay.
why I would have known it was.
So if you look underneath that, you'll see that you have perfect, right? And then you have first aorist perfect, and then the one before that is imperfect, second aorist pluperfect. But that has already excluded perfect. So the middle passive excluded perfect right out of the box.
Okay,
So that's how I get rid of this
oh, okay.
if I don't go here.
Now how are you gonna determine whether you're mid or passive?
Okay, whether you're middle or passive, okay? So in these kinds of cases, how would I do that if I don't know?
Context?
Context. And remember when we said before, when we talked about what is the definition of parsing, it is giving the grammatical properties of a verb in context, okay, in context. So those would be the kinds of things that do come up. So you'll come up with middle passive or middle and passive. If you go to Appendix 10, you will see that this appears both passive and middle. It can be either one. The context.
So
will
middle
tell you.
is, I've done it to myself, correct?
Or I've done it to myself or for myself. Okay? So give me a good translation and give it to me in the passive.
In the passive, I have been loosed.
Okay? So I have. But in the blue perfect, no, it wouldn't be have. What would it be?
I had.
Have. Right. I
Well, I've got
have.
that also. Oh, you said the passive, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
I had been loosed.
Yes. I
So
have
we
mine
can
in a
put
different
that in?
order than yours.
Because that one chart didn't have the bend, did it?
So it would be, I had been loosed or I had loosed myself.
Well, passive means
Well,
the action
yes,
happens on
I had loosed myself. I had loosed myself.
you. That's middle.
Yes, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying.
Okay,
Because Reaper was asking how you would do the middle, if you wanted to translate the
yes.
middle.
And that's what I have been loosed. Okay, yeah. I had,
So the bin gives it the passive.
I had been, which
Yes.
is passive. So what would middle be? Can you tell me again? I'm sorry.
Okay. Reaper, what's the middle?
I had loosed myself.
Yep, I've loosed myself, or I've loosed for myself. Okay, I've loosed for myself.
Okay, I need to study that stuff then.
So really the middle
Yeah.
has two translations too. So you
Right.
have to say I had loosed myself or I had loosed for myself.
Exactly. Okay? Is the fog starting to clear?
no, it's bringing a thunderstorm.
Oh, stop. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go to the next one here. Okay, that's gonna be Metha. Okay, Metha. Okay, who wants to do this one?
Chain gang.
Jane Gang, you wanna hit it?
Sure.
Okay, what's my stem?
Lou.
Okay, my stem is Lu. Okay? All right, what about my sign?
The sign is theta, eta, and just that. Yeah, it stops there.
Theta, eta, that's it?
Oh, it's a sigma. Yeah, theta, eta, sigma.
Theta, eta, sigma. Okay, theta, eta, sigma. Okay? All right, what's the thematic vowel?
Let's see. Omicron.
Okay, omicron. Okay, ending.
The rest of that.
Yep. Nothing. Okay. All right. So. Okay. So what does the sign tell me?
The sign tells you that we are in the future tense.
Okay.
And it's passive.
Okay. Now here's the cool thing. It tells me that it's future. So that's slam dunk, right? Slam dunk. I know what it is. Slam dunk, and I know that it's a passive. That's also slam dunk. Okay. So
That's all that's available on the sign chart.
Okay, so I got that. Now I go to my thematic vowel, which is omicron. And what does the omicron tell me?
That tells you that it could be all places. It doesn't really tell you much anything as far as I can tell. Oh, it does tell you it's indicative.
Okay, it tells me that it's indicative. Okay. Okay, and I don't need it to tell me any tenses because I already know what the tense is, right? So I already got that taken care of. Okay, so then I have the ending, is all I've got left, and where do I go?
So the
Do I go to the
primary.
primaries or the secondaries?
Primary.
Gotta go to the primaries? And so what is it?
First person, plural.
What is it?
First person
Plural.
plural.
First person plural of luo. Just like that. Okay, give me a good translation of that.
Let's see. will be loosed.
Okay, we will be least, or let's stick with shall, just to, that's kind of a
Okay, we
strong-
shall be loosed.
Okay, we shall be loosed.
I don't know, shall seems more weaselly than will, but okay. If you say it's strong for him,
It's okay. If you want to use will, you may use
Can I ask
will.
a question real quick?
It just sounds really King Jamesy.
How did you figure out it was passive voice?
Because in the, on the sign chart, look at the sign chart, there's only one possibility for voice.
Okay, now I know where I got, thank you.
Now, if you laminate your, if you do all these charts, put all these charts in, you know, in laminating, and then you take like a, you know, dry erase marker, you can sit there and you can go through and just kind of click them off, you know, as you're parsing. You can do that too to make it easier.
honestly, the hardest part with these charts is that sigmas and alphas look a lot alike in the font that they use.
Yes. So do moves and oopsilons, but
And when your eyes are getting a little older, it's even
what are
Yeah.
you saying?
complicates it even more. And I'm saying to myself, I had to pull off my glasses just to read. That's how bad I am, you know. Okay, so next one. Let's, oh, this is a good one. Okay, so we're gonna go Luo High. Okay, who wants to take a stab at that one?
I'll try.
Okay? Hollywood.
Stem is Lu,
Lou, okay.
no sign.
No sign.
Thematic vowel is Omicron,
Omicron.
and the ending is
Tie.
tie.
Okay, all right. So the sign tells me what?
Sign means it can be first aorist or future.
Okay, so
It can be,
Huh?
oh, I'm sorry,
sign.
no sign.
It's
Oh, that means it could be present, imperfect, second aorist, perfect or pluperfect,
perfect. Blue perfect. Okay,
all voices.
and then all voices. Okay, thematic vowel.
Omicron tells me it's indicative mode.
Tells me it's an indicative mood.
That it's limited to present, imperfect, second aorist, and future.
So
Except
it can
future's
be
not
present, imperfect,
Second aorist
second aorist.
or future.
The future wasn't one of our,
Right.
Okay, so we can eliminate those. Okay,
And then the ending, which is a primary ending.
okay, it's primary ending. What does that tell me?
It's going to be middle or passive voice,
Okay, it'll be middle passive,
third person plural.
third person, plural. Okay, can you get me narrowed down here?
From the ending. Or the combination.
So it can't be,
somehow I ruled
it
out.
has to be present.
Pardon me? Has to be,
Somehow I ruled out errors.
Okay, it has to be present.
Right.
Okay, why?
Because it says here that, the same moods and tenses as for the active, and if
Okay.
you go over here to active and look at indicative, the options are present, future, and perfect, but up there, the only one is,
very good.
Hollywood's good.
Yeah.
Wait, run that by me again?
Too close for missiles, switch with guns.
okay,
Yeah.
on page 26.
Here, it says same moods
Yeah.
and tenses
Right.
as for the active.
Right.
So you go over here to the active, and we already know we're in indicative mode.
Oh, because of
Because
Right,
the, oh.
so just process of elimination.
So since we know we're indicative, we know where to go, and the only one it could be
it is present.
is present. Because we don't have perfect as an option, we already eliminated it, and future never was an option.
Bingo.
But, okay, cool,
Right.
thank you.
Okay, all right, so, give me a good translation of that. Who is doing this? Who's doing this?
So it's
Hollywood.
present,
Okay,
present tense, which means, and passive, or let's say middle voice would be I.
It's not I though.
okay, let's start off with the person number.
Third person plural.
They,
They,
Okay, they,
passive. Middle voice would be they,